Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi taala wabarakatuh. How are you? How is everyone tonight? You are with me again, reading with Keys, part 4 with Teacher HIDAYATI BINTI AHMAD from SMK DERMA. So it's been quite a while since the first session for part 1, reading with Keys with me. And now we are already in part 4, and at the end of August there will be one more session with me for reading with Keys part 5. All right, so without wasting any time, let's go to the next slide. So tonight it's going to be more on SPM paper 1 2019 part 4 /1 part 4, I'm sorry, which is also known as a gap text. And I know some of my students feels that this part is the most difficult part, but I can assure you, if you pay attention, close enough attention to tonight's session, I believe that we can settle down some of the anxiousness towards part 4 2019/1. So before I go through what is part 4 2019/1, tonight we will be using class point applications. So those of you who are in tonight, could you please scan this QR code, or you can just go to the you can just type the URL address here, classpoint.app, and enter the class code 85565. All right, so the class code is 85565. Those of you who are not yet, join the ClassPoint, you can do so by typing classpoint.app, or you can just go to Google and type ClassPoint, and there will be a link there. You click the link, and then you will be required to enter the class code. And our class code for tonight is 85565. All right, my dearest students, so 2019/1 part 4 gap text. What is part 4? So what will you find in part 4? So you will find a text 350 to 440 words, from which 6 sentences have been removed and placed in jumbled order after the text. So candidates, SPM candidates, decide from where in the text the sentence have been removed. And there are 6 items of missing sentences, and the question will give you 8 sentences, but the candidate needs to choose only 6 out of 8 sentences. All right. So how part 4 questions look like? So this is how part 4 questions look like. It's quite small, but if you are on the screen right now, you can zoom it in and you can see that there will be text like this, all right? With few paragraphs here. For example, here we have 1 paragraph, 2 paragraph, 3 paragraph, 4 paragraph, 5 paragraph, 6 and 7 paragraph. And also you have 8 A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H are 8 sentences for you to choose 6 sentences from. All right. Now, what should you do to tackle the question from in part 4, 2019/1? So the first one is skimming and scanning. Do you still remember in part 3 where I teach you how you can skim and scan from the text, and how skimming and scanning is the most crucial part or crucial skills that you should master in order to tackle paper 1, in this case a reading paper. Because if you cannot, or if you are unable to skim and scan, you will have issues when it comes to understanding the text, and when it comes to fully understand what the text or what the questions wants from you. Okay, so the first key that we are going to tackle tonight is skimming and scanning. Tonight we only have 3 keys. So the first one is skimming and scanning. So the reason why we need skimming and scanning is because we need to understand the connection between sentences in a text. So the reason why we need to understand the connection between sentences in a text is because the text is presented as a topic, which is an idea of what the text is about. And there are also a few paragraphs like I showed you before. And in the paragraph, they provide you the details and the organizations, in the organizations of ideas. So what you should do is to look at the sentences before and after the blanks in order to find the correct answers. To make it simple, imagine a complex, a complete text, all right, the one that I showed you before, as a piece of, as a whole burger. Okay, I'm sure all of you have ate burger before. So you can imagine a burger, you have buns on the top and also at the bottom, and in the middle you have patties and vegetables and sometimes cheese, right? So imagine the text as a piece of burger with each part representing the paragraphs. All right, to illustrate this, all right, okay, that's a nice burger there. So imagine the text as a burger. So you have there the introductory paragraph, followed by point 1, point 2, point 3, point 4, and ended with closing paragraph. Sometimes you have more than 4 points, but usually you will get 4 points in one text. All right. So this is examples of 3 points passage, all right? So do we have students coming in tonight? Okay, we have a few students in. Can you read the text for me tonight? Any one of you? Okay. All right. Let me start first. With the rise of the internet, more people have started to adopt into digital lifestyle. E-books are becoming more and more popular, and there are many reasons for this. Firstly, e-books are more eco-friendly than paper books. This is because less papers are being used. By having electronic versions of books, we save paper, trees, and indirectly our planet. Besides, e-books are in many ways more convenient than paper books. For instance, you can store thousands of e-books in the same space you would need for one paper book. Just think of how convenient that can be for school or when traveling. Furthermore, in addition to online bookshops, many lending libraries also have e-books collection now. This is due to more demands on e-books. In other words, if you want to buy or borrow a book, you don't have to wait for opening hours or delivery. The way I see it, e-books are the future and will eventually take the place of paper books. So you have here 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 paragraphs of example passage. So, as point out here, you can see that the first paragraph is the introductory paragraph, followed by the second paragraph, which is the point 1, all right? And then you have the second paragraph, okay, the second paragraph, all right, for point number 2, and the third paragraph for point number 3, and the fifth paragraph for as the closing paragraph. So, how do we know which sentences is point number 1, point number 2, point number 3? All right. As you can see here, I already underlined the first point here. All right. Okay. But before you look at the points, you need to look at the first paragraph to identify the thesis statement of from the introductory paragraph. Okay. For example here, with the rise of the internet, more people have started to adopt into digital lifestyle. All right. E-books are becoming more and more popular, and there are many reasons for this. So here is the thesis statement in the first paragraph. So as we know that thesis statements state the points that is going to be elaborated in the body paragraph. Okay, what is body paragraph? Okay, body paragraph is the one that comes after the introductory paragraphs. So in the first paragraph, the thesis statement state there are many reasons. Okay, so what are the reasons? Reason number 1, e-books are more eco-friendly than paper books. And then point number 2, e-books are in many ways more convenient than paper books. And point number 3, online, because of online bookshops, many lending libraries also have e-book collections now, meaning even libraries have the collections of e-books. Those 3 are the reasons why e-books are becoming more popular. So, as I highlighted here in red, these are what we call as linking words. So we have here firstly, besides, for instance, furthermore, in addition, in other words. Now, what is the reason that we need to study the text first? The reason, what do you think is the reason why we need to understand the, what we call that, the structure of a paragraph? What do you think? Yes, the reason is, in order for you to understand the text, you need to understand the structure of the paragraph, you need to understand the thesis statement, you need to understand the topic sentence for point number 1, topic sentence for point number 2, and topic sentence for point number 3, before we end it in the closing paragraph. So when you understand the structure of a passage, only then you can understand the flow of points and the coherence of the passage. All right, we'll see the reason why we need that. All right. Now, just now we look at the paragraph or the passage as a whole. Now, let's go to the paragraph by paragraph, okay, for body paragraph specifically. So, for each body paragraph, we also have mini burger here, all right? This is smaller than what we have just now, right? So, for each paragraph, we have also divided it into topic sentence, supporting sentences, and also concluding sentences. All right. So, a paragraph has 3 parts: topic sentence, supporting sentences, and a concluding sentences. All right. Can you identify which is topic sentence, supporting sentences, and concluding sentences? Okay, very good. So, the first sentence is the topic sentence, as I mentioned before, and the second sentence is the supporting sentence, because the second sentence here, as you can see, it mentions less papers are being used, because less papers means eco-friendly, right? Because we are saving more trees. And you have here concluding sentence, because when we cut down less trees, it means that we can save our planet. All right. Now, let's try with point number 2. Besides, e-books are in many ways more convenient than paper books. For instance, you can store thousands of e-books in the same space you would need for one paper book. Just think of how convenient that can be for school or when traveling. So we also have here 3 parts of sentences for body paragraph for point number 2. So we have here the first sentence as the topic sentence, okay, because topic sentence talk about the main idea of the paragraph. So in this case, the main idea of the paragraph is e-books are more convenient. So what is the supporting sentences for this main idea? Because you can store thousands of e-books in the same space. So because you can store a lot of books, e-books I mean, in only one space, so it is more convenient. So what is the concluding sentence for this paragraph? Okay, just think of how convenient that can be for school or when traveling, meaning this convenience, you know, when something is convenient, we can take it for schools or for traveling. All right, now let's take a look at point number 3. Okay, at this point you should know already. The first sentence is the topic sentence, all right? The second sentence is the supporting sentences. Okay, as you can see that supporting sentences, another word for this is elaboration, right? So you have here supporting sentences that supports the claim that many lending libraries also have e-books collection. So because of the reason why many libraries have e-books collection is because there are more demands, okay, for e-books. And for concluding sentences, in other words, if you want to buy or borrow a book, you don't have to wait for opening hours or delivery. All right. So, read again Okay, I'm giving you time to read again. Read the passage again. Notice how sentences are interconnected with each other. All right, can we have one reader? Maybe anyone who are online tonight? Anyone who would like to try? Make sure you turn on your mic when you want to start talking. Yes, I think someone is trying to say something. No? Am I mistaken? All right, never mind. You can silently read this. Okay, I will read the text for you, with you. Sorry. With the rise of the internet, more people have started to adopt into digital lifestyle. E-books are becoming more and more popular, and there are many reasons for this. Firstly, e-books are more eco-friendly than paper's book. This is because less papers are being used. By having electronic versions of books, we save paper, trees, and indirectly our planet. Besides, e-books are in many ways more convenient than paper books. For instance, you can store thousands of e-books in the same space you would need for one paper book. Just think of how convenient that can be for school or when traveling. Furthermore, in addition to online bookshops, many lending libraries also have e-book collections now. This is due to more demands on e-books. In other words, if you want to buy or borrow a book, you don't have to wait for opening hours or delivery. The way I see it, e-books are the future and will eventually take the place of paper books. All right, can you see how the sentences are interconnected and just the flow of the passage is very clear? You can understand from the beginning of the sentences until the last sentence in the last paragraph. All right. Okay, now let's move on to the next slide. Okay, can you fill in this table? So I want you to actively participate in this. And by the way, to participate in this activity, you need to join the class point first by, scan the QR code over there. All right? All right, can you see the QR code? Okay, if you can't scan the QR code, you can go to the URL address in the websites and type classpoint.app. Okay, classpoint.app, and after that you type in the number there, the class code 85565. Okay, I'm waiting for the participants to join. All right, very quickly, can you enter the class code? Okay, I see Adam there. All right, very good, Adam. And I also see a few of you. It's not very clear from here. I'm sorry for that. But if even so, please join in the class point app, right? You can try and answer some of the questions on your own. All right? Okay. Should we wait for another person to join in? Okay, I'm waiting in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay. All right. So thank you for joining. All right, let's try this exercise. Just now I show you the burger diagram. Now, can you try fill in this table? All right. So you see here you have introductory paragraph, and then in the introductory paragraph you can see that there is a thesis statement there. All right. And then you have body paragraph which incorporates point 1, point 2, and also point 3. And then you have closing paragraph. All right. What do you think the main idea in the closing paragraph? And you can also write the linking words used. Okay, you don't have to write everything, just enough for this very short exercise tonight. Okay? Okay, I'm collecting response now. Can you try? You should be able to view the slides on your devices. Right, let's wait for 60 seconds. Just try to write anything that you can at this moment. You don't have to write everything because there will be your friends' answers as well, hopefully. For those of you who join, who are watching this on the YouTube, you can try this on your own. Even if you are not on the ClassPoint app, it's okay. You can still try. And later in the video, you can check the answers with me. All right, can we have the first submission, maybe from Macaroon and Adam? It's okay if you don't finish. Okay, I'll wait for another 10 seconds. All right, we have the first sending from Adam. Thank you so much, Adam. Okay, let's see. What did Adam wrote there? Okay, so Adam, I know the handwriting might be very interesting, but it's okay. I like the uniqueness of it, all right? So the thesis statement is e-books are becoming more and more popular, and there are many reasons for this. Okay, so well done, Adam. I'm giving you 1 star. Very good try. Okay, so we have here the second sending by, yeah, I think what Macron tried to write is the same as Adam. E-books are becoming more and more popular, and there are many reasons for this. That is the thesis statement. Very well done. Okay, that means that you are listening. Thank you so much for that. All right, 1 star for you. Okay, let's move on to the next slide. Okay, there will be more. You can join. Okay, we close submission first. All right, and then we can close this one. Okay. Now, key number 2. When tackling part 4, the key number 2 is to use contextual clues. So the reason why is because we want to understand the connection between sentences in a text. So what should you do when you are using contextual clues to tackle part 4? You look for keywords of a common idea in a paragraph to provide some contextual clues for the missing sentence. All right. This example for this key, we will do it in the exercises after this. All right. Next key is to use reference words or phrases, all right? So the sentences within the paragraph are also connected to each other by a few elements, like the first one is linking words. For example, so, next, however. Secondly, pronouns, it, he, she, they, his, everyone, everything. The third one is demonstratives, which are that, this, here, there, and the. The fourth one is for cause and effects. For example, as a result, due to this, hence, and therefore. Last one is examples. For instance, for example. Okay, the last one, Michael, that one is a typo. Forgive me for that, right? Okay. So, how can you use reference words or phrases in the sentence? For example, here, Jasmine went to the bakery. She was annoyed because it was closed. So, as you can see here, the pronoun she is referring to Jasmine, and it here is referring to the bakery. Okay? That is what it means by reference words and phrases. Okay. Try this exercise. He sat down at the table and took a small box from his pocket. The object felt heavy in his hand. Inside it was the key to his future. All right. Can you try draw some arrows on the sentences? I'm trying to get reader for the sentences. Okay, some of you, I can see some of you tried to read. But unfortunately, I can't hear your voice. You might want to check your mic. Okay, are you done? Okay, what is the sentence just now? Okay.
He sat down
Okay.
at the table and took a small box from his pocket.
Okay.
The object felt heavy in his hands, and inside it was the key to his future.
All right. So, was that Adam?
Yes,
Thank you so much, Adam. So, can you try and draw the arrows to show the reference words and phrases? Okay. After you are done, you can push the button submit there. Okay. Okay. Thank you so much. Okay, let's see Adam's answer first. So, Adam put here arrow. Here on the object and also it. So, the object and it is referring to the small box. Okay. Let's see. Okay, let me give star to Adam first. All right, the next one is from Macaroon. So, that's a very interesting arrow there. Okay. So, you have, yeah, same with Adam. So, the object and it here is referring to the small box. 1 star for you. Okay. All right. So, this is my arrow. Okay. So, as you can see, it's pointing towards the small box. Nevertheless, I understood your arrows, so don't worry. Well done, everyone. Okay, next. This one is a bit longer text. Okay. Adam, would you like to try and read the text again?
Sure, teacher. Many people claim that global warming is the most significant threat facing the world population today. They argue that it poses a danger not only to the present generation but also to the generations to come. Indeed, it is an issue to our future that is utmost concern. That is of utmost concern.
Yes.
What effect of global warming is there will not be enough food to feed the world in the near future.
All right. Thank you so much. That's an excellent reading. Okay. Can we
Well,
try? Can we try draw the arrow now? All right. Some of you might just got in. Okay. If you want to join, please go to the ClassPoint app and type the code 85565, and then you can join the exercise. All right. There will be a lot of arrows, I know, because this text is quite long. But nevertheless, try to get as many arrows as you can. All right, I'm going to wait for 1 minute. It's okay to get it wrong, don't worry. Tonight is a fun activity, I hope, for all of us to try using this ClassPoint app. All right, 30 more seconds. Thank you so much, Macaron. Okay, let's see. Well done. There's a lot of arrows there. Okay, thank you so much, Macaron, for your try. Okay, I'm going to award you 1 star for that, for trying your very, very best. Okay, the second sending. So you have here Adam. Okay. Okay, well done, Adam, for trying.
Thank you, teacher.
All right. So let's see teacher's arrow, shall we? Like I said, there's a lot of arrow, but let's go through this one by one, shall we? So, many people claim that global warming is the most significant threat facing the world population today. They argue that it poses a danger not only to the present generation, but also to the generations to come. Indeed, it is an issue to our future that is of utmost concern. One effect of global warming is there will not be enough food to feed the world. Okay, in the near future, okay? I should go up a little bit. All right, never mind. So I put there in colors so that you can see. So they here is the pronoun for people, all right? People here. And then the most significant threat, the reference word that comes after that is danger, because danger and threat comes together. Okay, and then you have also issue, also brings the same meaning for threat, and concern here, all right? So they have similar context for the word threat. And then you have here the world population today, also similar to the present generations and the generations to come, meaning that the present generations and generations to come is referring to the world population today. And then you have, what else? You have our future here, okay? And then again, at the end of the text, in the near future is mentioned again. Okay, let's try these tips on real questions. So we have 3 tips tonight. The first one is to skim and scan, and then to use the contextual clues, and then to refer to the reference words and phrases. So this is the text. Don't worry, I have it in one paragraph and one paragraph. So this is the questions, all right? You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 paragraph. And then you also have 8 sentences for you to choose 6 sentences from them. Okay, let's go one by one. The number of arrests of juvenile delinquencies varies from around 2,500 to 3,500 each year. What is troubling is that there is a growing uptick in juvenile delinquencies. And then you have the first gap there for number 27. Bus stations and train stations are not spared. Next, 28. The next severe crime includes gang warfare, intimidation, and petty robbery, followed by unethical conduct. So I forgot to mention before, when you go through these questions, it's very much recommended that for you to read the whole thing first. And then you go paragraph by paragraph. So because to save time tonight, I assume that all of you can pause the screen and read the text on your own first, okay? And then you can start play again to go through the paragraph by paragraph. Okay, now back to first paragraph here. So you have 27 and 28 here. All right, let's take a look at the 8 sentences here. You have A, because of bad influence, they can participate in drug taking or engage in fights between rival groups or even robbery. B, of course, the root cause is the house. C, is this a symptom of a deterioration in social and moral standards in our society? D, they are also spoiled by giving them too much pocket allowance. E, in reality, vandalism is widespread among juveniles. F, I have deep feeling that we are expected to nip the issue in the bud, that is starting from home. G, much of the cases involve our vandalism of public buildings and services. H, I assume that juvenile delinquency can be curbed if both parties take concerted action to monitor it from being societal diseases. So, which of these 7 is best suited for 27 and 28? Okay, let's take a look at the paragraph again. The number of arrests of juvenile delinquencies varies from around 2,500 to 3,500 each year. What is troubling is that there is a growing uptick in juvenile delinquencies. That is the sentence before 27. Now take a look at the sentence after the gap, 27. Bus stations and train stations are not spared. Okay, from A to H, which sentences that you think have the best connected words that can, you can link with the sentence before the gap and after the gap? Okay, can you identify the keywords from the answers here? Okay, first, take a look at this sentence. What is troubling is that there is a growing uptick in juvenile delinquencies. And then bus stations and train stations are not spared. So bus station and train stations is where people or the public use. So when you talk about bus stations and train stations, all right, which of the choices here can give you the slightest context of the public interest? Okay, which one do you think? Right?
I think it will be the G. It will be G.
Okay, it will be G. Why? The reason why is?
Because G mentions vandalism of public buildings and services. That
Very
includes
good.
bus stations and train stations.
Yes, so public buildings includes bus stations and train station, isn't it? So yes, the answer is G, because of the word public buildings and services. So we can link back to bus stations and train stations. Very good. All right. Now, let's try 28. So you have bus stations and train stations are not spared. And then you have the gap. The next sentence after the gap, the next severe crime includes gang warfare, intimidation, and petty robbery, followed by unethical conduct. So we mentioned here vandalism in the first gap, correct? So which of these 7 sentences left that also mentions vandalism? Obviously, E, isn't it? So because of that, E is the best answer for number 28. So let's try and read the sentences again. Adam, can you read it for me, please?
Sure, teacher. The next severe crime includes gang warfare, intimidation, and
Can you no, can you start from the first sentence, the number of arrests?
Oh, okay. The number of arrests of juvenile delinquency varies from around 2,500 to 3,500 each year. What is troubling is that there is a growing uptick in juvenile delinquencies. Much of the cases involved are vandalism of public buildings and services. Bus stations and train stations are not spared. In reality, vandalism is widespread among juveniles. The next severe crime includes gang warfare, intimidation, petty robbery, followed by unethical conduct.
Okay, very good. Very interesting reading. Okay, thank you so much, Adam.
You're welcome.
So the answer for 27 is G and 28 is E. Okay, let's move on to this one. Who else do we have tonight? I can see some of you are in, but I can't see your names. So Adam has already tried reading. Can we have another reader? Anyone? Anyone else would like to try?
Come on, guys, don't be shy.
Yeah, exactly. But if they're shy, it's just you and me, Adam. All right, let me read this one first, okay? What are the potential causes of juvenile delinquency? And then you have the gap for number 29. Almost all cases include students whose parents are busy working or who do not track the behavior of their children. In short, they're not spending enough time with their children. Of course, they don't know what their young people are up to when they leave home. Some parents are too lenient with their children. Gap number 30. Often, they don't know where their children go in the evening when they should be at home completing or revising their homework. There is no reason for parents if their children are captured by the police in a surprise raid, in video arcades or shopping complexes. All right, let's go to the gaps one by one. So we have here gaps number 29. The sentence before, what are the potential causes of juvenile delinquencies? So the first question is the first sentence is a question, sorry. The first sentence is in the form of questions. And then after the gap sentence, almost all cases include students whose parents are busy working. So it's a statement. So the key the key word here is the question mark. So from A to H. So we already use E and H. So E and H is not the answer. So you have A, B, C, D, F, and, sorry, we use E and G, right? So you have A, B, C, D, F, and H. So which one? Which of these sentences are the answer for the questions, the first sentence asks us? What are the potential causes of juvenile? Because of bad influence, they can participate in drug taking. It's not very, doesn't suit very well, right? Let's try B. What are the potential causes of juvenile delinquency? Of course, the root cause is the house. There's a typo here, not cause here. It should be the root cause. Okay, the root cause is the house. Okay. C. What are the potential causes of juvenile delinquencies? Is this a symptom of a deterioration in social and moral standards in our society? It can't be C, right? Because we have questions and then it cannot be followed by another question. So C is out of the questions. All right. So we have D. Try D. What are the potential causes of juvenile delinquency? They also spoiled by giving them too much pocket allowance. So D is also not very much connected to the question, isn't it?
Teacher.
So which one do you think is the answer?
I think it will be B, teacher.
Yeah, the answer is B, because B answers the questions. All right, let's take a look at 30. Some parents are too lenient with their children. So the word lenient can have similar context with spoiled. Okay? So that is the reason why number 30 gap is, the answer for number 30 is D. Because of the similar context, spoiled and lenient. All right? Okay, next. Okay, we only have 2 more paragraphs, all right? Bear with me on this one. 2 more gaps to fill in. If parents do not verify the movement of their children, they will invariably find themselves ending up in a bad company. 31 gap. By then, it could be an immense challenge, missing end there, an immense challenge for parents to discipline them. Both the schools and the police can find it difficult to deal with these spoiled juveniles. So again, look for the contextual clues, right? Like we did with D just now. So what is the word that can have similar contextual clues? Okay, if you don't know, the answer is bad company. So from the word bad company, which from the choices here that have similar context with bad company, which word?
It will be A, teacher.
A. Correct, because of the word bad influence. Very good. So the answer is A, yeah? So if parents do not verify the movement of their children, they will invariably find themselves ending up in a bad company. Because of bad influence, they can participate in drug taking or engage in fights between rival groups or even robbery. By then, it could be an immense challenge for parents to discipline them. If you look at A, you know already that drug taking, engage in fights between rival groups or even robbery is a challenge for parents to tackle, right? So that is also the possible key for you to identify the answer for gap number 31. Okay, we have come to the last 32 gaps. So how are we going to better manage juvenile delinquencies? Another questions. Okay, Adam, try your best. What is the answer for this one? So we already use A, we already use B. Definitely cannot C because it's a question. We already use D, we already use E, we already use G. Now we have F and H. But which one is the best answer?
I think it will be F, teacher.
Okay. Why?
Since it's asking how are we going to better manage juvenile delinquency, I feel like F is mentioning that it's starting from home would be a great start.
Yes, the answer, very good. The answer is F. Another reason is because of H cannot be the answer because it mentioned here both parties. Okay. Meanwhile, in here, you cannot see anything mentioned about two parties. So that is the reason why H is not the answer. Okay, take a look again at H. I assume that juvenile delinquency can be curbed if both parties take concerted action. So we have parents and then only one party, right? So H cannot be the answer because only one party is mentioned in the text. So the answer is F. All right. Another reason why F is the answer is because, like Adam said just now, the answer mentioned about nipping the issue in the bud starting from home. So who is it that we have at home? Obviously,
our parents.
Yeah. Okay. So well done, everyone who's joining us tonight. Thank you so much for having me tonight and stay with me tonight. So let's recap what we should do for part 4. The key tips when answering 1119 part 4. Okay. The first one is skim the entire passage. Look at the text to see what it is about. Try to understand the general meaning first. Look for topic sentences in each paragraph. Or in introductory paragraph, you look for the thesis statement. Number 2, read the 8 answer options. Okay, like we did just now. Okay, 2 among the 8 answers are distractors. So the third one, reread the sentences that come before and after the gap. Try your best to guess the missing information. Try to find a link between the text and the gap sentences. The text and gap sentence will be on the same topic. Number 4, consider your pronouns, your tenses, your adverbs, subject-verb agreement when selecting your options. You also can consider all the reference words and phrases and also the linking words. Number 5, identify the use of cohesive devices in the text within the same context. And lastly, after completing the gaps, reread the passage to see if it sounds right. So these 3, I already shared with you 3 key techniques to answer part 4. If you do these 3, inshallah, you can answer part 4 easily. All right, with that, that's the end of session tonight. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the last session, Reading with Keys, part 5. Bye.
Bye, teacher.
Bye, Adam.
Thank you, teacher.